Nasir, is there a need maybe to relook the rule? Dhoni says choose between man and machine, don't have this halfway house.
No, there's a very much a need for the ICC to clarify the situation, because before the tournament they informed the TV media that, as Arjuna says, over 2.5 meters you shouldn't be given out unless it's exceptional circumstances. Now I take you back to the last game in Australia, England-Australia. Tim Payne charged down the wicket, got hit on the pad, way down the pitch, was given not out by Paul Rifle. England reviewed, this was only 3 or 4 weeks ago, England reviewed it, way down the pitch, Hawkeye showed hitting middle stump, third umpire tells Paul Rifle, more than 2.5 meters, but it's hitting middle, you should overturn. So now why has that suddenly changed? The other day that ball was hitting middle and leg stump, halfway out, it was plumb, LBW, 30,000 people knew it, Ian Bell knew it, third umpire should have pressed his button and said, hitting middle and leg, halfway up, it's over 2.5 meters, but I think this is exceptional circumstances. The other thing, if you don't mind me saying, is 2.5 meters just an arbitrary thing, and it is unfair on some bowlers. A bowler like Murali, we saw today in the game, Murali gets a lot of bounce, so anything on the front foot will probably go over, and 2.5 meters is fair. But someone like Yuvraj or Yardi, Yuvraj bowling the other night, short, skiddy, low arm, the ball will skid, and even 2.5 meters, that will go on and hit the stumps. So you're being anti-Yuvraj Singh or anti-Yardi because they skid it on. That was plumb out the other night and should have been given out.
That's a very important point you make. In Azhar, the fact is, when you can see that the ball's going to hit middle and leg, that's why the machine is there. Then let the machine decide. You know, as Nasir says, who decides 2.5 is enough and not 3 or maybe 2?
Well, I think the machine, will decide. It already has decided. But at the same time, once you have the rule, you cannot go against the rule, because the rule is there. And I think the ICC should address this problem as soon as possible, because now it's too late for them to do anything, because I think they've already spoken about these things in the media, and they must have distributed all the rules to the team players. But I honestly feel that the ICC should call a meeting of all the captains from different countries, playing captain, and then have a meeting and sort out these problems, because these problems are going to be there. Once you have the rule, you've got to follow the rule. I do totally agree with Nasir, whatever he is saying, but at the same time, when the rule is there, you've got to follow it.
Okay, Saurav, finally in the end, do you think we should push maybe for a mid-tournament change? Ponting spoken about the need for that. Dhoni clearly wants it. If you have a rule which makes sense, not one which is arbitrary. What if this were to happen in the finals of the World Cup at Wankhede Stadium? Ian Bell in a similar situation gets a reprieve, and that's how England goes on to win the World Cup. That would be terrible.
Yeah, but you just got to deal with it. That's the systems put in place. What happens if you're playing a World Cup final without an UDRS and it pitches in line with the stumps and the umpire doesn't give you out? So mistakes happen with umpires also. You just got to accept it and go on. When umpires give mistakes, we criticize. When there's a mistake with UDRS, we'll criticize. But that's part and parcel of the game. I think the important thing is to accept it. It's part and parcel of this World Cup, and just move on with it. There will be mistakes. There will be correct decisions. But with the DRS, there will be more correct decisions than mistakes. We're talking about one mistake, but we haven't spoken about all the right decisions which has taken place in this World Cup so far. So every thing has its good and bad, and we just got to deal with it. It's part and parcel of the World Cup, and let's move on.
Alright, we've had different questions, different answers coming from the champions of the world. The most important thing, of course, is for India to get its bowling right. That UDRS bad luck might or might not happen again, but the bowling we really need to crack. Arjuna Ranatunga, Mohammad Azharuddin, Nasir Hussain and Saurav Ganguly for joining us on this special show. Many thanks.